up YouTube? Hobidon here, and today I'm back with another reaction video for all of you. And we are going to do another reaction video called Death Battle. Another Death Battle reaction. And finally, Death Battle is back. It's been a while. Well, they had a break, and they probably do the same thing for next videos further on. This is Kratos versus Asura, God of War versus Asura's Wrath. And if you, I'm familiar with God of War, and I am familiar with Asura's Wrath. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this series, the video games, respective video games. These guys are deities who have fought other deities, and it's so cool. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed that new opening, the 3D model rendered opening. It was made by Super Saiyan Joe John Box. He made this little opening for me. I really thank you, Super Saiyan Joe John Blocks. Rojan Block. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm trying to read the script. That's what I get for reading too fast. But thank you for the intro. I really appreciate you making this for me. I wasn't expecting you making this for me, and it took me by surprise, and I loved it. And I asked if you can, send it to me, and I can for an opening. So I'm gonna use that as my new opening intro, and I really appreciate that. So, yeah, I'm familiar with Kratos, God of War, and Asura's Wrath. The last time I seen Asura's Wrath was he was in a Street Fighter crossover. But I am familiar with the feats he does. So we're gonna, the rules, support the official release, support the Death Battle, and the videos link in the description down below. So go watch it for yourself, and then come back and see my reaction. Now wait. Alright, wait's over. Let's get on to reaction, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, let's do it to it. Oh, CGI. Yeah, we're gonna fight, alright.
Kratos versus Asura.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Because sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face.
Yeah, that sounds about right with these two.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right.
In the beginning,
I'm going to do a lot of editing for this one. All right, let's see. All official materials related to the characters are applied to an alias unless found traditionally primary source materials. Maintain alternate medias. E.g., B is for boy, and creator statements are only capable as far as they supported the source material. Only acceptable. The creator statements are only acceptable due to the support of their primary source material. Okay.
Across existence.
Sorry about that. I'm going to be pausing a lot.
Cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Ah, Greek mythology.
Now that's what I call a Big Bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
I mean, that's typical the same. This is basically typical for Greek mythology.
Starting the whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard
I wouldn't say that, but wow. Kratos, species, part god, part mortal. Age, 1,000 years old. 1,000+ years old. He is 7 feet and 8 inches tall. Wow. Allies, the Ghost of Sparta, the god Alias. Wait, that's not allies. That's Alias, not allies. I'm getting that wrong. I don't think Kratos had that many allies. Alias, the Ghost of Sparta, god of war, marked warrior. He likes ethers, olives, manure, his family, dislikes selfish deities, sliding puzzles. Sackboy doesn't want to talk about. Oh, why do you hate Sackboy? He doesn't want to talk about it.
Child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan
mortals, the PlayStation
far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords and basically a badass whirlwind of flaming steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the ghost of Sparta.
So he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were cracking their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky.
Alrighty, weapons. Alright, weapons. Greek arms of Sparta, barbarian hammers, blades of Athena, blades of Artemis, blades of Chaos, blades of Olympus, eye of Atlas, gauntlets of Zeus, golden fleece, head of Ariel, head of Medusa, wings of Icarus, Poseidon's trident, scourge of Envy, spear of destiny, sun shield, typhoon's bane, and more. Those are all the Greek mythology weapons. Norse mythology, the Leviathan axe, damper spear, relics, sword hilches, talismans, and more. Shields, dauntless shields, guardian shields, onslaught shields, Shatterstar shields, stone wall shields, and rage. Spartan rage, valor, and wrath.
He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
Yeah, he does.
The claws of Hades could steal souls. Even the soul of Hades himself.
Ugly in this one.
Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos.
No.
Nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire
he has a thing of decapitation.
He fought Atlas, the titan of strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light. A frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus,
who proved a serious challenge.
Most difficult
Kratos
fight.
drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes,
the strongest weapon in Greek in the series.
It can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and
Kratos regained the Blade of Olympus in God of War Valhalla and was able to summon forth Mjolnir, described it as a memory of your past made manifested.
Can pull enough to even kill Zeus.
Mjolnir.
Like father,
not
like
Mjolnir.
son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and
his rage
and even
continued.
More killing.
He
and
just killed. He didn't care about anyone.
Depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife.
So he just left Olympus, wandered, and it ended up in Norse mythology. Okay.
Dark, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook. Especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it! Not again.
Mysterious illness.
Hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time. And Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty. Said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison
weapons are
even
cool.
the gods fear.
Mjolnir and the Leviathan axe are equally strong.
And it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Asir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control
they wanted
his
to pick
anger.
a fight with
which
him.
is even more important than a
Which is weird because Baldur in the Norse mythology, he was the purest good guy deity in Norse mythology that everyone liked Baldur until, Loki got him killed. If you know the Norse mythology, Loki got him killed. But I don't know why they made Balder more violent in this. They need an excuse for Kratos to fight these deities. Yeah, oh well.
Sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics
I never
to
thought
channel
healing
his
would
rage through.
getting
Like
angry
the
makes you heal
ring,
you.
which can summon a bunch
And I
of
mean, it
wind
works for the
spheres.
Hulk.
They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even
Oh,
has
nice.
relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder,
Beating up
Thor,
Odin.
who was
Beating up
powerful enough
Odin.
to fight the fire giant
And
Surtur and
fighting
the world
Thor.
serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
That's
and
impressive.
that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok.
Yes,
you
Surtur.
can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly.
Thor 3, God and Thunder, Thor 3. Surtur. I'm familiar with Surtur. They don't show him again in the MCU, which is kind of dumb.
Exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
Hey, squirrel.
That's the world tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
I am familiar with the World Tree, mostly because the Marvel comics. Norse mythology do happen in the Marvel universe. They just don't. Fans just don't focus on it much. They want to see superheroes. So the World Tree exists.
According to Freya, the
In the
tree's
MCU
very
as
existence
well.
supports all
Until
of creation
it was
among
destroyed
its
because
boughs. Every
Disney
strand,
and Marvel didn't
transcending
care.
time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed
Sounds
old
about right.
weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the
All right, killed most of the Greek pantheon. He killed all of them. He killed all the Greek pantheons. Climbed out of the underworld after dying multiple times. Forced Atlas to hold up the universe forever. Killed Kronos, who overthrew the creator of the Greek universe. Released hope into the Greek and Norse realms. Survived being thrown across the planet. I think that happened in the new games. Survived being reconciled with his past and became a better deity. Defeated Atlas, Hercules, Zeus, Thor, and Odin. Fought the Shovel Knight to a standstill. I don't know where that came from, but also awesome.
boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender.
Good for
a
him.
god of hope.
That's good for him. Yeah. I'm glad Kratos is getting better. This is actually pretty good. I like that.
Long ago, a demigod fell from the heavens.
Okay. Official material related to the character is implied to analyze unless found contradictory to primary sources materials, certain alternate media, e.g. Asura's Wrath, Kai. The creator's statements are only applied as far as they support the primary source material.
Heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
I didn't know anything about Asura until now. I'm just familiar with his fights and I've seen them before. So this is new to me.
After 12,000 years, he's
Okay,
free
read a reference.
to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals,
8, he is 12,500 plus years old. Plus, he's 28 physically. Brace, a demigod, father of Menthra and husband of Dugra, former member of the 8 Guardian Generals, like family, Yashra, He likes his family, Yashra, hot springs, QTE, just like 7 deities, Sakura, hearing his daughter cry, chosen inheritor of the universe. Put him in Marvel vs. Capcom. That would be fun. I would like to see him in Marvel vs. Capcom. He's a Capcom character. I forgot about that.
Humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
Yeah.
Ready to unlock Roblox digital gift cards?
Stupid Roblox. Hair.
Start earning with Microsoft Rewards today.
By tapping into his
rage,
Asura
anger.
can take many forms for battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good.
Right.
At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing someone is that stupid.
Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra.
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy,
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Are you serious?
Obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along with that.
Yeah, me too.
Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true to
Agreed. What the heck, man? Oh, that's enough to make him mad. You framed him. You framed him for killing the Emperor. You killed his wife, took his daughter, and used her as a weapon, and then you killed the man. Yeah, that's enough to make him mad.
His nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Too angry to die.
The gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up.
So basically copying similar to Greek mythology. Got it.
Asura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons,
the amount of anger he had. I remember that scene. This I remember.
And wreck it with just a finger.
I remember this part.
Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel.
Mantra, enhance strength, speed, durability, and stamina. Rapid fire and homing charge projectiles with his punches. Energy spiritual, wave explosions. Mantra arms, propel flight. Mantra's wrath. 1 of 8 mantra artifices. Increase Asura's strength and the angrier he gets. Manifested fire from mantra. Restoration. Enables transformations and mantra reactor.
Fire explosive energy blast.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes.
He
and
mastered
when he goes
anger.
Unlimited mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
Can you imagine this guy as the Incredible Hulk? That would be devastating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though.
Are they in a hot
It was a
spring
lot
used
of
to
that,
fight?
but he also
Wow.
tried to protect people from the gods, including
cool.
a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
Hilarious.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along
What?
with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were
Yeah, he has every
sacrificing
right to
thousands
kill
of
these
people
guys.
to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in
They're
berserker
stupid.
mode, Asura
They're very
never
stupid.
lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch
Ooh,
so
nice.
much angry mantra
Glowy
he
arms.
wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's
That's
anger
insane.
raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it.
That's impressive. All right, Vajra's Ashura's militarized arms, 6-arm Vajra Ashura, 6 militarized arms, Berserker Ashura, 4 military arms with Metra bolts and beams, Wrath Ashura, Metra Ashura, supercharged Metra arms, Ashura the Destructor, planet-sized, interstellar flight. Okay, I'm guessing Asura the Destructor is his most powerful.
Scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face.
I bet it
in.
is.
It's okay, though. His brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw
Nice.
the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome.
Awesome,
They're
he got an
bros
ally.
again. Just in time for Asura to hit his former
Best
boss
friends
with so
return.
much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His mantra form. Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting
Tag team.
blast.
Deus
Tag
was
team
defeated,
uppercut.
and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's
Screw it,
wrath
man, the planet got
hadn't been
destroyed.
quelled.
Title drop.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the
Oh.
creator of mantra and the entire universe.
And everyone's suffering
Okay,
was
you
part
look
of his plan to
Buddha
make Asura his heir. Chakra
Okay.
kidnapped Mithra because of course he did, and tested
Of course. So you did all this just to make Ashura to take your spot.
Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check
Yep.
out the size of it. That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the
That is
statue
true.
threw hands.
Enter the mantra
Of course.
reactor.
The mantra reactor focuses Ashura's amplifying with full control, bypassing any detrimental effects such as the wrath form to ascend to greater power.
Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could
new
show the
super
world
form.
his real
Powered by
colors.
rage.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never
Right.
who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than
Aw.
a planet. Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly
There it
punched
is.
through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and
Yeah,
obliterated
this
whole
game is
stars.
insane.
Chakravartin was understandably impressed, and
I mean, who wouldn't be? Feats: annihilated planets and stars, rescued Mantra for 12,500 years of suffering, shredded through an army of Gohama while without arms, with no arms at all, made Argus draw his sword for the second time ever. I'm guessing that's something very impressive. That must be something very impressive. Argus doesn't draw his sword that many times, I'm guessing. Defeated Wizen, Argus, Dennis, Gohama, Gotra, Yashra, and Takara. Fought Akuma and Oni to a standstill. I'm guessing the Street Fighter one I'm talking about.
And offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds.
Him in
Instead,
the face.
he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him
I hope Ryu doesn't remember that.
The power to save everything.
Hit by the Satoru no Hado.
Just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
He was a good dad. I bet he.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data
Don't
through
do that
all
Fortnite dance, Kratos.
It's time for a death
battle! Let's do this. Oh, Kratos, the god of war. What's up, buddy? Asura, hey. This is animated by Devil Artemis, I can tell. What is happening right now? Oh, how peaceful. Hi, little one. Asura?
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But
Wrath of Deity, Asura.
You do not want this fight.
Asura's daughter, get out of there. Listen to your dad. Listen to your dad. Okay, throwing hands already. Okay, big boot. Oh, wow. Spartan Rage. Man, these two are powerful. Six arm versus okay. Okay, this is DBZ levels. This is insane. They did an amazing job. And I'm guessing this is what Kratos and Asura are without the video game mechanic limiting them, so they have nothing holding them back. They go all out. Impressive.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before.
Yes, he has.
Very well.
Oh, wow. Is he punching so fast that he's making light beams out of his own fist? That's a lot of hand. That would be very helpful. I can carry a lot of objects. Okay, that's cool. Okay, how you getting out of this, Asura? Oh, she's in tears. Okay, that motivated you. Okay, that motivated you big time. Took the fight somewhere else. You're too stubborn. Oh, he brought out the big gun. His true power. Well, for mortal beings, that's his true power. But I'm pretty sure he has something more than that. Alright, Kratos, what you got for us? That freaking smirk. I see, I've been through this before. I fought bigger. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, you did the same thing Asura did. In all fairness, Kratos has fought a being who has held the universe. Atlas. His name's Atlas, the Titan of Strength. So it makes sense Kratos would be this strong. He is stronger than Hercules.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan!
Whoa. That's a lot of spears. Shadow would be jealous.
A worthy end.
Oh, okay. This is so cool. The Sword of Olympus. The Blade of Olympus. Oh. Got his arms off too. Dang.
You are a monster no longer.
But he wasn't.
I never was.
That's true. Oh man. This ending feels a little bittersweet. Oh man. Oh, you gotta hit me in the fields, why don't you, Rooster Teeth? I mean, screw Death Battle. Rooster Teeth's dead.
Oh, well, I guess Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had
This battle could have gone many ways, honestly, for me.
some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios,
Kratos directly defeated Atlas in combat, who just recently captured Helios, further supporting the notion of Kratos outspeeding Helios. I did mention that, right?
darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you...
Okay, so the speed is equal. Okay, if Asura went to destroy the planet... If Asura went to destroy the planet Kratos was on, he would have survived in outer space as shown in the battle with Ares. This event is further sustained I can't read that. The text is very, very small. Sustainable as non-insurgent. Basically say this is further proof in God of War 2 and the novelization. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot
Asura is
longer
older than him,
Kratos.
so
and
that makes
Kratos
sense.
eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all
Asura
the
is
weapons
older
and
than
abilities
Kratos.
Kratos had.
Sure, Asura is quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat.
Kratos' time-slowing powers would enable a safer approach, gaining the significant edge against Chakravartin's own time manipulation affected Asura, including affecting his vulnerability.
Slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly,
indicating a
multiple weapons
vulnerability.
that could drain a variety of energies.
He has
like
weapons that can drain energy.
Yeah, when Asura...
In God of War Ascensions, Hades and his warriors empowered themselves with souls represented as green orbs in the game. The Blade of Olympus drains Kratos of his green orbs, and God of War 2 support the notion that it can absorb mantra, a similar form of spiritual energy.
loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
Despite Asura's soul being resident in manipulation, is resistant to manipulation, mantra energy can be harnessed and forcibly controlled before, such as by mantra reactor.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength.
In the manga, Asura's rage is so immense that he was able to survive without his core in outer space. Deus absorption's method, regeneration immediately. Kratos' multiple sources of absorption can drain beings stronger than Asura, suggesting Asura would eventually succumb. Keeping his body part separated is also a visible counter to the community, which Kratos should be capable of.
All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure.
Oh wow, you're adding that to it too, okay.
And its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the tree of the realms is only one.
So proof, actually in the game, that happened. Throughout the game, Kratos directly interacted with the tree and collected dew from the branches. The Norse myths, Yangdris is generally considered as an ash tree. However, God of War Cookbook of 9 Realms described it as a year tree, which is slightly less dense than ash.
1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above. Shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost
insane.
100 times greater than
That is
Chakravartin's
insane.
destruction. And this isn't some
These two are Kratos has gotten a huge boost in power.
Doesn't sound too different
Got a
from
huge
the
boost
other
in power
Titans
since
and
his last death
Olympians
battle with
Kratos
Spawn.
defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
I would like to see that happen, but knowing Capcom, they don't, Capcom doesn't keep their promises that much when it comes to making good games. They don't usually keep their promises. They like to abandon that.
Be pretty awesome.
Just ask Mega Man.
The sun rises.
Just ask Mega Man.
The god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Congrats, Kratos.
But what if?
What? Oh, alternate ending. Okay, how this would go out? Oh, wow. That's a lot of button mashing, buddy. That's a lot of button mashing. I know your fingers are hurting. You punched him to the afterlife, didn't you? You punched him so hard he entered the afterlife. Oh, his daughter. Dang it, Rooster Teeth. Yeah, come on, man. Got me on this one.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
All right, who's next? Ghost Rider? Spawn?
Subscribe and join
Ghost Rider
to
versus
see more
Spawn.
Death
Okay.
Battle. Thanks for watching.
Well, that was Kratos versus Asura. Kratos won. And if you want to choose the alternate ending, yeah, unless you want Asura to win, there's an alternate ending for it. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this death battle. What were your thoughts on this episode? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments down below. What were your favorite parts on this death battle? What do you think? What do you think how it should have won? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, take care, have a great day, be safe, and most importantly, stay frosty and stay healthy out there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and be safe out there. Bye-bye.
Boss, I'd like a word.
How about scram? Or 2 words. Scram kid. Or 17. Get out of my office in 2.3 seconds or I'll staple you to a flagpole.
How did you count so... Like, never mind.